Hey everyone, Tyree here, and in today's video I'm going to talk about a movie, and I'm going to do another review, and the review is going to be on the movie called The Uninvited. It's a 1944 film, so without getting into too much detail, I'm just going to basically summarize the movie for you and then just give you my take on it and kind of give you the positives and the negatives of it. Okay, so basically this movie is about a brother and a sister who move into this estate, and basically as soon as they move in, a bunch of paranormal activity begins, and rather than be scared by it, they decide to investigate it, and they start to ask questions towards the owner and the daughter of the owner, who one of the main characters becomes quite infatuated with, and then they have their own kind of story as well. But basically they investigate, they ask questions to different people, and they try to find out what spirits are being kept within that house, and at the end of it all they kind of come to the conclusion that it's probably the maid, like the other girl, and not the mother of one of the main characters, which I believe her name is Stella Meredith, something like that. But basically, I don't think it was necessarily a bad movie. If it was meant to be scary, I don't really scare easily, especially when it comes to like paranormal stuff. I kind of just see through it, but that's just me personally. I'm sure that for other people it would be quite a different situation, and they would actually find this movie quite interesting. I still, even though I wasn't scared of it, found it interesting because of the way that the characters approached everything. Like, it was, from the beginning to the end, they were just on point with every specific detail, and they just wanted to investigate every little thing to find out what's behind all of this. I like that the film was without color. That might have just been because of the period of when the movie came out, or personal preference of the director, I don't know. But yeah, that's basically it. Like, the characters really just kind of ventured around and tried to solve they tried to solve the situation that they were in with all the paranormal activity, and they just basically at the end just confronted the spirit and said, like, hey, we're not afraid of you anymore, and kind of pushed it out, and that was that. So not too bad of a movie. I watched it maybe 2 or 3 times, and still, like, I wasn't completely bored of it. I wasn't saying like, oh, this is a terrible movie. Every time that I watched it, it was like, for me, especially when it comes to horror, if you want it to be good, as I've stated previously, like, timing is everything. If you don't have good timing, then like it's just not gonna work out very well. Like, if I can predict when your jump scare is or when your big major moment is, then it's not really that good, because I shouldn't be able to. But generally speaking, this is a movie you could watch at least once and you'd probably still enjoy it. I have nothing really extremely bad to say about this movie. Like, it was an alright movie. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I said, without going into too much detail, because I could spoil the entire story, but it's just like, I think I summarized it pretty well, and if you go and watch it, you'll see exactly what I mean. But it's an interesting movie. I'll leave it at that. It's an interesting movie. It's definitely not something that's overly boring or anything like that. Like, it's something you can definitely get into. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little review. I try to keep it as short as possible. I know that with videos like this, it can be kind of difficult to judge, and sometimes I end up going with a longer video, and maybe that's less fascinating, but I'm trying to keep it as short as possible so that you don't really lose interest in what you're viewing, because I know, like most people, they have quick attention spans, so they like to kind of process things quickly, and they don't like to progress with it in a long sense. But that's not everyone, of course, but just anyways, stay tuned for more videos. Subscribe if you haven't already. Like me on Facebook, follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and reach out to me, really, if you need to talk about anything. And take care.